Dippin' Daisies, another bikini brand that I am sure you have seen pop up on Instagram, as I have multiple times on my feed. And I finally fell for their marketing and decided to take a leap and try a new bikini brand. I was interested to see if the quality of their bikinis match with the pricing and if they're as cute as they look on their Instagram, because I'm not gonna lie, their Instagram is poppin', and it definitely wrote me into buying some of their swimsuits. Dippin' Daisies is a company from 2015 and it is female founded. They are a swimsuit brand committed to size inclusivity and sustainability, two really important factors. On their website, they do have a busty swim category, as well as a full coverage category, cheeky category. Their sizes range from extra small to extra large. In my opinion, that could be better, especially if you make it a big deal about size inclusivity. In terms of sustainability, they say that all of their excess fabric is recycled. And I did note that a lot of their swimsuits have recycled nylon in the makeup. They're also transparent about where their swimsuits are made. And I did receive the packaging and it is not sustainable packaging. So that is definitely an area of opportunity for them. They do recognize that their packaging isn't sustainable on their site. But again, if you are going to claim sustainability as a key factor, I think investing in sustainable packaging is a must. So while we do appreciate the mission that Dippin' Daisies has, I do think they have some areas of opportunity with those missions. However, I can acknowledge they're a younger brand. Plus, I'll always be down to support a woman-owned brand, and I do think that their swimsuits are super cute. So I'm very excited to show you guys the swimsuits that I chose for this haul and share my feedback in terms of sizing, quality, any kind of relevant features, and ultimately answer the question of whether or not Dippin' Daisies is worth the price and the hype. Of course, as always, my body measurements will be in the description for you for your reference so you can see what sizing is best for you. If you're new here, my name is Veronica. Welcome to the channel. We post a lot of fashion review videos here, as well as some lifestyle and travel vlogs. So if any of that interests you, feel free to join the family and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to click the bell so you don't miss future videos. But without further ado, let's go ahead and open this package and see what we have. So I have 3 bikini sets in this package. They are all individually sold and wrapped. 1, 2, 3. Then they just have like a little thank you card and a discount for your next order. Of course, always got to tie people back into more purchases. Pretty stoked for this pattern and bikini. So let's do this one first. So this is a cheekier bikini, pretty much my go-to. I really am not a huge fan of high coverage bikinis. It's just not my jam at this stage in life. But this one definitely caught my eye because of the print. This is their UV10 print. And the thing I noticed with Dippin' Daisies is their prints on their website are honestly immaculate. They're so cute, very trendy. For the top, we have their palm tie back triangle bikini top. This top retails for $52. And I did get this in a size large since I do have a bigger chest. I have 32 double Ds, so I always like to size up in anything that is more customizable, like string tops, because I just want more coverage for the chest. With the top, you do have removable bust pads, which is great. The end of the string is knotted. Overall, pretty simple. Cannot really go wrong with a triangle string bikini top. And for the bottoms, we have the Tropic Super Cheeky Bikini Bottom. These bottoms retail for $50, and I got these in a size medium. In terms of bikini bottoms, it's really between a small and a medium. I usually go off of the reviews if people say it runs small or large. I opted to size up, so we will see if that was a good choice. And I chose this because there is no way to customize the size with the side. They are not adjustable, and there is a pretty thick band at the top as well. The bottoms do have a crotch guard for trying on. This is the front of the bikini, so you can see the back is a little bit wider. So it's not gonna be like a thong cut, but it is gonna be pretty cheeky once it's on. Really excited to see how this one pans out. Let's go ahead and put her on. So here's the first bikini, and overall it's really cute. It's not exactly what I pictured when I bought it, but I'll definitely go over the details and kind of like my thoughts on specific things. So this is the overview of what it looks like all together. Let's go into the top first. So as you can see, we do have this cute beading here, and this is a size large. I definitely recommend sizing up if you are a little bit bustier, because even in a size large with the cut pads, there's still a little bit of like side boob here, and I don't feel super super supported, but it is just a triangle bikini top. If I had a medium, I definitely would feel like I'm spilling out way too much. And I feel like this is like a decent amount of spillage, I guess, for this type of top. This is what it looks like in the back, very standard. And thankfully, even though it's large, the strings are not super duper long or excessive. The other great thing about string bikinis is you can wear them in an alternative way, just like this. And this is the alternative way to wear this bikini top. And you can see that those beads are now down here. So nothing groundbreaking, just a fun alternative on how you can wear a string top bikini. Here are the bottoms. And the way this is structured, this actually can get smaller or it can get larger, but I would imagine like running around and stuff, it would start to kind of go in a little bit more. As I'm moving here, it's not necessarily doing that too much, but just keep that in mind if you want more coverage in the front. It is a skimpier bottom, but I do find enough coverage in the front that I feel secure, like walking around and not having to make sure I'm all good to go. And for the bottoms, they are very, very cheeky. Just like in the front, you can adjust this to be more coverage or less. So if you are looking for a more quote unquote family friendly option, this is not the bottoms for you, in my opinion, but this is the perfect type of bottom for me whenever I want to go tanning or just look really, really cute. But so far so good. I'm obsessed with the print. I think it's really cute. And this is just like a fun tanning vacay kind of vibe. Now let's take a look at this yellow number. If you're not new to this channel, you know I'm obsessed with the color yellow. So I'm really hoping this bikini fits well and I love it. It'll definitely be a go-to if I do. So here we have the Primrose Underwire Bikini top. This top retails for $62 and I got her in a size medium and the color is their baby yellow color. As you can see, there's an adorable ruffle detail at the top. I just think it's going to give more of a feminine vibe. As the namesake suggests, this is an underwire top, as you can see on the inside. There are no cup pads for this bra. On the outside, the fabric is much thicker. For the top and the bottom, the fabric on the outside is this thicker, scrunchy fabric. Very interesting. I definitely don't have a swimsuit with this type of fabric, but on the inside of the top, it is going to be like your smooth, typical swimsuit feel. So it should be more comfortable on the inside, the part that's against your skin. The straps are adjustable, and then you have a back hook closure here with two options to hook in. Because the top had a back hook closure, I did opt for a medium instead of a large because I was afraid the large would just be too wide on the rib cage. It honestly doesn't look like a lot of room for the chest, so we'll see how it fits. It may not be very BTC friendly. To pair, we have the Nocturnal Cheeky Bikini bottoms. This retails for $46 and I got this in a size medium, just like with the last swimsuit. This is the front of the swimsuit, and as you can see, the back just has a lot more coverage than the last swimsuit, but of course we'll see what it looks like when it's on. Overall, it's honestly a very simple swimsuit. It looked like a higher coverage one without being obviously full coverage, so I'm excited to see how it pans out. So let's go ahead and try this baby yellow piece on. So here is our baby yellow piece, and I'm pretty obsessed. Like, it's giving flattering, but more girly and a little bit more family friendly. So this is a really good option if you want to look cute, very flattering, but not super, super out there. And this set was almost a 10 out of 10 for me, but I do have like one or two gripes. So we'll go ahead and get into that. So this is the yellow top. Again, this is a medium, so it is a size smaller than the last top. And I think it's doing a decent job. I was concerned I'd be spilling out too much at the top here, but there is enough room for me. I don't have any side boob situations, and I don't feel that the underwire is cutting in an uncomfortable way. We do have like that lettuce trimming ruffle situation going on here, which is so beautiful and so flattering. I feel like it just gives a really nice feminine touch to the piece, and I really like this little keyhole situation that's more structured, kind of a good juxtaposition. This is what the top looks like from the back. Very, very simple, just straight across. I personally made no adjustments, but this can go just a little bit tighter and the straps can go longer or shorter. So my only gripe with this top is, one, it is slightly small for my chest. Like, I can definitely, when I move around, start to feel my under chest a little, but it doesn't necessarily show. It's just something like I'm more conscious of. But my biggest ultimate gripe with this top is that right here, there is the underwire poking out, and it's definitely uncomfortable. It's for sure poking my chest, and I am constantly feeling it. And interestingly enough, on this side, it doesn't poke out as much and it's not as bad. I'm not sure if all of these tops are that way or if it's just the specific one and how it was sewn, but that is something to keep in mind because I am constantly feeling it. It is uncomfortable, and I could not imagine spending a whole day at the beach feeling this stabbing me the whole time, which is a bummer because I just really love this top. I think it's really cute and flattering. Realistically, I will still wear it and I'll just grit through the pain, but I had to be genuine and highlight that because our tops really should be comfortable to a certain level. And I know some people are just even more sensitive to things poking or not feeling super good. So if you are sensitive to that, definitely stay away from this top. I am curious in my next set with that underwire top if it's going to have the same issue, but I'll definitely report on that. It could also just be the fact I have a more rounded chest and it's just poking in on that situation, and I should have gotten a large and that would have helped appease that. But personally, I do feel like I have a lot of room here, and so I'm glad I got a medium. Now here are those bottoms, and there's definitely more coverage in the front and the back here. They are not like a high cut bottom, but I always situate them a little over my hips because I just feel more comfortable doing that. There's really no issues with the front and coverage wise, and this of course is not high waisted. For coverage, as you can see, there's way more coverage. I would personally consider these family friendly, and you're going to be very comfortable running around in these bottoms. They really don't budge that much. And if you're okay with more like a mid-rise bottom that's not super high cut, these are very, very comfortable and you're going to have no problem running around. They don't really move, and they definitely have a good coverage in the front and the back so that you're comfortable the whole time. For me, with the shape of these bottoms, 10 out of 10. I could definitely do with more cuts that are similar to these. The other thing I think is important to mention with this fabric is that it is very interesting. It is like a ruffled fabric, and unfortunately, if you have nails, you can snag on this and it will pill. It literally already happened to me with the swimsuit while putting it on. So you have to be very delicate with this swimsuit. The fabric being delicate and then this wire poking into me is really the only two gripes I have with the swimsuit. Otherwise, it would be a 10 out of 10, but because of those two gripes, I have to give it like an 8 out of 10. Very cute. Definitely feel super confident wearing it, but you got to be a little bit more delicate with the fabric, and hopefully this won't stab you like it's stabbing me. So next up, we have another print piece, and this print is adorable. It's their shoreline print. Pretty sure this is the bikini that I saw on Instagram and attracted me to this brand in the first place. So I'm definitely hoping this one's a win. The top is their Verona underwire bikini top. This retails for $58 and I got this in size large. I believe this is one of their newer swimsuits, and the size range for this swimsuit is actually extra small to 3X, which is amazing. That is the size inclusivity we want to see. So we do have like some tapered straps at the top, kind of gives it a romantic look. And then you do have like the cinched front. This is underwire as well, so there should be support for your chest. The straps are also adjustable, and it does go more thin in the back. The back also has a tie, so it is customizable, which is why I got a size large, because again, I wanted more coverage for my chest, and because the straps and the back is adjustable, I felt comfortable with sizing up. The fabric is a waffle fabric, as you can hopefully see, and the inside is that typical swimsuit material, and this underwire swimsuit does come with removable bust pads. To pair, we have their Polo Super Cheeky Bikini bottoms, of course, the exact same fabric. These retail for $46, and I did get them in a size medium. These bottoms are V-cut in the front. I don't know how I feel about that. I've never tried a bikini that has this kind of style, so I thought I would go outside of my comfort zone and check it out. And it is more high cut as well, which is my preference. This is the front, and as you can see with the back, there's a little bit more coverage, so it's not going to be a thong, but it is definitely going to be cheeky. Let's just go ahead and try this one on. Drum roll, because this is my highly anticipated fit of this video. Here is the next bikini, and allow me to rave about this because I think this might be my favorite, which is good because this is the one I was the most excited about. So very good news. So I love when things just come together. This is the overview of the two pieces, and let's get into the top. So this top is literally the best bikini top I have ever tried on, and I have a lot of bikinis. You've seen a lot of swimsuit reviews on my channel. This one takes the cake. I literally want this in every single color. So again, I got a size large and I'm so happy that I did because this fits perfectly. I feel so comfortable, I feel secure, and I don't have any poking in my side chest at all. So overall, I love this cinched look here. It's just so flattering. It makes the girls look good as well without them like spilling out so much. I am so happy they went with thicker sleeves in the front that taper in the back. It gives that perfect element of stylish, girly, fun, and interesting. It's just not like a top you typically always see with swimsuits. There is really good side boob coverage. I don't have any issues. I don't have any spilling out at the top. My chest fits perfectly in here. This is perfect if you have a bigger chest. There's just so much room to fill out right here. And this also goes up to 3X. I know it is such a struggle for bigger chested women to find swimsuits that really fit them, that don't make you feel like you're going to spill out at any moment or make you feel insecure in any type of way. So the fact this is literally structured for a bigger chest and it comes with 3X, no matter your chest size, I do think this is going to look great on you and it's going to look so flattering. But just make sure to size up and keep in mind your chest size rather than just going with what your normal like top sports bra size would be. Sports bras, I usually wear a medium, and for this swimsuit, I sized up to a large and it is perfect. A medium would have been too small. In the back, you can see that tapered feature with the straps and they are adjustable. We also have this tie feature here. I will say the tie is short, which I like because you don't want it to be too bulky for aesthetic reasons, but just keep that in mind. Sizing up will also be beneficial if you do have a wider rib cage or just more weight in your midsection. I have literally zero gripes with this top. It's amazing. It's chef's kiss. I want more of them. Now here you have these bottoms and these are pretty decent. I am a fan, but they're not my favorite bottoms and I will go into why. So over here you can see it's a little bit of a higher cut than the last bottoms and there is a V cut in the front. So that means in the waist it does dip down further, and I will say if you are self-conscious of your lower tummy like I am sometimes, this can highlight that a little bit. Of course, they offer multiple cuts in this exact fabric if you prefer a different style. Really not having too many issues in the front. It is a little bit more risque than the last bottoms. The biggest issue I have with these bottoms is that they do flip out at the top, so you can see that white fabric, and that is just a constant feature here. No matter how many times I align it, the fabric just flips out. So I know that's a pet peeve for some people. I did get a medium instead of a small in the bottoms, and I am happy I did that because if I had a small, this would flip out even more. There's zero digging and there is extra room, so I wouldn't size up to try to prevent that because I think a large would just be too big. And in terms of coverage, it's less coverage than the last bikini, but more coverage than the first, so it's kind of like a happy medium. I would consider this to be family friendly enough, just not as much as the yellow bikini bottoms. Definitely happy I tried this style out. I was really curious about this V feature. I think it does have the benefit of elongating your torso, but again, there's just like very minimal coverage because of it. Really just depends on what you're looking for. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. It really does help the channel out. It's the best free way to support this channel. If you have any questions or if you have any brands you'd like me to try out or any other video concepts, feel free to leave that in a comment below. I read every single comment I get since I'm a smaller channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to do so you don't miss featured videos. And YouTube seems to think that you would enjoy this video here, so feel free to click that and you can see more of me. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!